Today we're talking about performance management and the timeline associated with it. As we move away from a quarterly review process to an annual process, it's important that we're all on the same page when it comes to the timing. When we think about performance management, we want to march to a timeline. So here it is, the performance review and planning cycle. And I wanted to walk you through this. You have this spreadsheet on and access to it. But I wanted to walk you through so you understand a little bit more about what is this trying to say. First of all, you'll notice here that this is a performance cycle. It never really ends. It just keeps going. And we're illustrating here 2018, but generally speaking, this is going to continue with the same general idea where we start the year with good goals and we finish the year reviewing them. So let's walk through this. There's a couple columns here. The first one is for leaders and managers. We put these check boxes here so that as a manager, after you've completed the task, let's say gather your top 3 priorities, you can easily come in and check that off. And so the boxes that are highlighted are for the managers or for the leadership team. And so it's a good visual to see how we're doing as far as the action items, the milestones, if you like. Secondly, you'll see a start date and a finish date, the item itself, and then just a little simple kind of visual bar that talks about, okay, the first item here is October 1st through the 29th. We want to gather the 3 top priorities from supervisors and managers. And this orange graphic bar kind of shows that timeline. On October 15th or thereabouts, we will be reviewing, the leadership will be reviewing the 3rd quarter financials. And really at that point trying to predict what the end of the year looks like for us. We'll then turn our thoughts to next year's merit budget. See, we're developing the following year's budget late in the 4th quarter of the current year. Goals are set as far as sales goals and our top priorities. So this is then kind of going back to those top 3s that the managers are putting out and then bringing them into our goal planning. These are ultimately going to translate then into the performance plan for your individual team members. Now this is where we need to spend just a minute, because on November 30th, the performance year ends for sales. And Mark and his team then get together somewhere around the first week in December to talk about their performance. And at that time, sales issues merit. So we're going to be setting the merit for the organization on December 8th. And what that means is, generally speaking, like we're going to say that it's going to be a 2% merit increase on average across the board. So Mark and his team will be going through the performance and the merit. The rest of us are going to march to a little bit different timeline. Our fiscal year, we are on a fiscal year, calendar year. It ends on December 31st, and I just put that in there as sort of a visual for us. So now it's after Thanksgiving. Supervisors and above are going to be preparing for their performance review. So they'll be working on the current year and how did their team members do, and preparing for those discussions. After the first of the year, when we come back from the holiday, the performance reviews will be had with the team members. And then the department's 9 box is going to be due at the end of January to the management team. And we'll talk more about 9-box in a future training tutorial. Senior leaders then will review the manager's evaluations. It's really called calibration. It's intended to look at the kind of step away and look at the team member from an overall perspective. From there, then, merit will be communicated to the managers and the supervisors that they will then be able to roll out starting February 6th to individual team members. Now, while that's going on, we're also going to be building the current year's performance plan. So in this example, starting in January 7th, they'll be working on the 2018 performance plan. Again, based on the 3 goals, based on the 3 goals that were gathered up here, based on the goals that were set here and the top priorities. So merit is communicated around February 6th to the 9th, goes into effect on March 1st. So we're moving away from quarterly performance discussion and moving to this annual performance review. So that means everyone gets their merit on March 1st. So I hope this was helpful. This spreadsheet's available to you, but I think it always helps to be able to see a timeline of how does the process work. Thank you.